Straight from the mud, there's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree.
Boom, we're live, guys. Welcome to episode number 2 from the Tropical Gangsters podcast. I'm here with my friends Guille, David, Sebastian again. We're really happy to, get this started. We have an awesome topic to be talking about. So I just wanted to, welcome you guys. Last week we had lots of fun. So hopefully this time is going to be even better, right?
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
it. Nice. Yeah. So we want to talk about a topic that I think would benefit us if we were like talking to, David 2 years ago, Guille 2 years ago, Fabian 2 years ago.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's basically, why 99% of people fail. So we want to discuss that topic a little bit online, right? And that's the honest truth. Like most people come to this industry, with huge hopes and massive goals and everything, but like only a small percentage actually stays and actually makes it, and not only makes a little bit of money, but changes their life for 10 years, 20 years, like makes an actual career out of it, right?
Yeah.
So I think we will be able to share a lot of thoughts that we have learned and that you guys can apply if you're starting out or if you've already been doing this and haven't had a lot of results online. So from my side, kind of like introducing that, I think it's it's a little bit of both strategy, tactics, and mindset, right?
Yeah.
They both complement each other super, super well, because you might have the best strategy in the world, right? And but if you have a horrible mindset, then nothing's gonna work. And on the other hand, if you have the best mindset in the world, but you don't have the right knowledge on, choosing products, offers, or advertising, then you're like having a great mindset, but then you have your computer and you're like, what the hell do I do, right?
Yeah, it's like having a Ferrari without wheels.
Exactly.
Yeah. And something very important there is that, there's a difference between like what is like for you, what is like make it on the internet. Because for somebody can be just, like making $100 a day, or making a career out of it, or literally like living from it. So I think that's one of the first things that that if we are starting out, literally we need to, to know what do I want to get. Goals. Yeah, what's my outcome when I'm starting out? Because if we don't have like a clear outcome, trust me that we're not gonna get anywhere.
Yeah. I remember when I first started, my outcome was not to build a career like forever. Like I was just wanting to make some money to see if it worked. And after I made some money consistently, then I was like, well, actually, I could make a living out of this, right? Yeah. And then that outcome changed, right? Mm-hmm. So I think identify the outcome for sure is super important in the beginning.
Yeah, 100%. At least for me, we all have different goals, different objectives in life, but it all came to me as for my why. I have a really solid why. And my first why was, quitting my job and literally, dedicating to, make this, in a day-to-day, meet incredible people. And basically, this possibility of, running a business online has, changed my life in every single aspect, meeting people, traveling, partnering up with people, meeting badass people. And at the end of the day, my why really worked in parallel with that, because one of my deepest whys is retire my parents. They have done everything for me. They've sacrificed years, a lot of money, a lot of even just standing me, they work a lot during years. And the least that I can do as a son is provide to them and really take care of them whenever I can. So I don't know about you guys, but I always kind of go to the root of everything, and for me was kind of my why, and that basically drives me every single day. I don't care if I had a bad day, sad day, if I lost money, anything, because that's kind of the engine, the fire, the hunger that really makes me go every single day.
Yeah, exactly. Because also I think that you need to have a really strong why, because honestly at the beginning my why, it was just to make money, right? But you realize that at the end
Making money is just, well, money is just like a piece of paper, but what you can do with money is like my motivation, like changes people's life, like also like start giving a little bit back to my parents, because honestly, if they have helped me a lot, like to be here where I am right now, also like to have like freedom and all that stuff. So it's not just like about making money, but what you can do with that money for yourself, for other people, for your family, and like almost anything that you can do with that.
Yeah, I think that money is not, I mean, of course money is a great motivator, but I think it like only takes you so far, right?
Goes
So-
beyond that, right?
Yeah, because like when you start making money, you're like okay, I'm making money now, like
Yeah.
Like,
so
now what?
now what?
What do
I
I
mean,
do with this?
What's next?
There's like a misconception, like you like, let's say that you have one goal, like making 1K per day, and I think that we all been through this. It's not like that you unlock like the, I don't know, like 10K per day level of happiness or the 20K days level of happiness. I mean, of course, making it or getting money is, I mean, we love it. We all love it.
It feels good.
Yeah, but it's not everything. That's why having like the strong why, and I mean like the main outcome and the reason super clear. For me, I think that is one of the best things that you can do when you are like starting out. Because for example, for me, I always think like, what it may be like changing the car or stuff like that. But actually, it's not like that. I mean, I always think of it, and it's like, I don't know, like having no regrets when I'm like 80 years old. I mean, I always like make like a meditation when I see myself like, I don't know, 80 years from now, and man, we only have like just one life. So for me, if we only have like just one life, we need to get the best from it. And for me, this like the internet or marketing online is like one of the best vehicles that can give you to I don't know, like all the tools and resources so you can get the best out of it. So for example, I always ask myself like, okay, how I mean, what would make a change, I don't know, like in my way of viewing life, if I give back to my parents, if I give back to my family, to myself. That's why I always feel like, I don't know, like giving 100% on a daily basis with this won't make me have like that regret feeling in the I don't know, like in the future. So that's something that's
something that and like tying it up with that is, I went to an event in, I think it was in Atlanta, with a bunch of guys that were like in e-commerce, and I remember speaking to one of those guys. Like, we were talking about like that he made like $400,000 profit with his launch and something like that, and that it felt like, you know, like super random. It didn't make him. And then I was like, yeah, dude, it's like when I bought my car, right? Yeah. I felt like excited, like the hype for like 2 months or so. And then he said like, dude, like when I bought my Lambo, it lasted a week. So he said like, for me, it's anything less than a Lambo is crap. Yeah. Like my Lambo is my new standard, and that's fine. But I think that if there's only like that motivator, it's easy to like reach a plateau, right? Yeah. So,
you know, at least for me, man, like, you know, like we all have our different goals, you know, like financial objectives, you know, like what drives us in life, right? And at the end of the day, like it's a mixture of everything, right? Because it's not about, you know, how you think. It's actually what you do with what you think. Because, you know, like an idea means nothing until you really take an action. And that's actually why, you know, at least from my perspective, I really try to, you know, give back. Because I've learned so much from a lot of people, and basically the knowledge that you can learn from, you know, just being open. You know, talking about, you know, going to events, getting mentors, just listening. Because like at least when you get started, or at least when I got started, like you have so much, you know, knowledge, so much information out there that you just get overwhelmed with all the amount of, you know, of shit that life throws at you, right? Like when you get started, like, you don't get the guidance of, you know, what to do. You don't have kind of a professor or a teacher that really, you know, helps you out, and that's not even the right outcome. You really have to just like look inside yourself what you want to do. Because, for example, like you can be really good at email marketing, and you can be really good at paid advertising, and you can be really good at building funnels, but if you're not able to tie all that stuff together, it doesn't mean anything. So at least like my breakthrough was kind of when we went to Los Angeles. Like it was kind of it's a like really short.
Hey guys, if you found value in this episode, be sure to go to Tropical Gangsters Call to schedule a call with the Tropical Gangsters to get a personalized game plan to crush your business. It doesn't matter if you're starting out or if you're a more advanced business owner, we can help you out. So go to tropicalgangsterscall.com to schedule your call today. See you in the next one.
See ya.
See you.
Like side note, like it was kind of, I was in a moment of my life when I was kind of making a little bit of money here and there. And, I invested in my first, trip to LA. It was like a mastermind. I don't even remember how expensive the ticket was, but it was a lot of money at the time for me. And I was like, man, I'm just going to go. Why? Because I know that just by getting myself out of my comfort zone, I will allow myself to, new possibilities, meeting new people. We met Dimitris in that course. We met a bunch of people, made a lot of connections. And that's basically where I felt for the first time ever, besides buying courses, following people, watching videos, like the human connection. It's really important in this business, and that's something that I will definitely recommend to everyone out there. It's not about just sitting behind a computer working 12 plus hours a day. It's not about that grind like a lot of people say. Mm-hmm. It's more about the results you can get out of that grind, right?
Yeah 100%. I think that in the we've mentioned you said identifying like an outcome, right? You cannot get started if you don't know where you're going, right? So identifying an outcome, I think is important. And not only your outcome, but to identify your why deeper than just making money, because you will eventually reach a plateau when you start making money, and that's when you will go down, right? So I think the outcome and the why are two places to start if you're starting out online. If you just do those two things, you will at least get the foundation right. So when you know the strategies and you know how to run ads and choose products and all that stuff, it's actually gonna work, and you will be able to be consistent and make all that stuff work. So
well, something that I wanna add there is having the outcome clear is very important. The why is also very important, but I feel that is very important as well is asking yourself how am I gonna feel if I don't make it? Because sometimes, the truth is that we need some pain, man, to move the ass.
Oh, pain is nice.
Yeah, because sometimes it's crazy because a lot of people tell me hey, yeah, man, I wanna crush it on the internet. I wanna make it happen. Blah blah blah. If you want it so bad, why don't you take action? Mm-hmm. And for me, it's because you don't feel enough pain. Mm-hmm. Because in life, you get what you tolerate, right? Mm-hmm. So sometimes I literally it's like a pain meditation. It's crazy, but it's like a pain meditation. How would I feel if I don't make it, man? How would I feel if I don't give the best things to my parents? How would I feel if I don't give the best toys for myself? How would I feel if I don't make if I don't have the body that I want? How would I feel if I don't have the type of friends that I want? So that third question, I think that for me is very, very important as well. Literally asking, how would I feel if I don't make this internet thing work?
Yeah, definitely.
This for me, that's the extra push
Exactly.
that complements the triad of the why, the outcome, and
and another important thing that I think it's really important to take into consideration is that you need to be really patient, because most people at the beginning, they expect instant results, that everything is going to work at the first time. So for example, they are taking a course of Facebook ads and they launch the first ad, they got the results and they feel really disappointed, or maybe they will feel that they are not really good enough or something like that. But it takes practice to really master something. And also another thing is that some people, they go to the other side of the balance, because they wait too much because they think that they need to learn a lot and all that stuff. But the truth is that you are going to learn a lot more by applying the knowledge, So
you learn more as you go.
Exactly. I remember that when I was starting out, I was looking actually to one course of Sebastian from Facebook Ads, and I wait a month watching the course, And after I finished it, I said like, okay, yeah, I'm ready. Then I opened the business manager and I said like, I was freeze. I said like,
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
anything.
in the beginning, literally is like, I don't know, like putting the dots together, like okay, what you see on the screen, then what you heard, then what
Yeah,
you see
exactly.
on what you can
Dude.
do. So it's crazy, man. It's like literally just about like putting some like the pieces together.
Dude, it's like when you go to the gym, right? It's not like you go to the gym and you say, holy shit, there's a lot of machines here.
Yeah.
Like what do I do? No, you just go and do your thing, right? And it's like the same thing, the instant gratification. It's like if you go to the gym, like why should this business be any different from going to the gym?
Yeah,
it's the same
exactly.
thing
The
as
same,
like
man.
bodybuilding. It's like the same thing. So if you go to the gym and you hit biceps and triceps, so you did your workout. It's not like you go home and you watch
you're
yourself in the
ripped.
mirror and you're like, no,
I
and
mean,
you're
it-
like, oh
shit,
man,
it
this
didn't
is
work.
horrible.
Or would you say like, I think I'm gonna quit because I went to the gym and I saw like a lot of machines, so this is not for me.
Yeah,
Or you saw someone that it's like super ripped
Yeah.
and like that right there, it's like rinsing and repeat like a lot of times. So I really believe like most people quit when they don't get the outcome they were talking about, like they expect. So like you should be like it's not that you should be used to a failure, it's that you should be like fine with failure, embrace failure and learn from it. Like at least I've learned so much from my failures, and I've learned more from my failures than from my wins. Why? Because when I fail, it means that I did something wrong, or I didn't do something that I was supposed to do, or I was not aware of something, right? So those things, it's kind of parenthesis experience, right? And there's no way you're gonna get experience until you just really go and do it, right?
Yeah.
dude, it's like actually I never, like for instance, when I launch a campaign, I'm always prepared to fail up front, right? Always. Like I never go and say like, yeah, this is gonna be a 300% ROI campaign. Tomorrow we're gonna. I actually always go with the mindset like, dude, tomorrow is gonna be a horrible day, but I'm gonna spend like an hour optimizing this so that it will get good, right?
Yeah.
Or it's the same thing in the gym, right? You go to the gym. It's not like you go to the gym and you say, "Oh, today I'm gonna grow my biceps by 2 centimeters,"
Yeah.
right? Then you
Like
go,
you're
You
like-
just do it, man.
you just go.
Let's
and
get it done.
You just do it, and you know that if you do it consistently, sooner or later you will get the results. I mean, that's life. That's
Yeah.
like a law of the universe.
Yeah, also I think that's also because, for example, most people start comparing a lot like themselves with other people. So for example, they can look at developers or something like that, like, oh yeah, they're making a lot of money, but they don't see what's behind that this guy has been like in this market like for over 20 years or so. So it's like going to the gym and see a bodybuilder and think that he did that like in one day.
In one day,
So
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's like kind of the same thing.
It's the same thing. Like yeah.
Something that I noticed, I think that we all here, like in some point, we all had like students that we kind of help, like starting out and stuff. Something that I feel, I mean, it's not the same like having guidance than being resourceful with the guidance that you have. Because sometimes people feel like, okay, now I bought a course and now what?
I'm rich.
Yeah, I'm rich. Yeah.
I'm gonna
I mean,
launch a $5
because
ad set
what-
and I'm gonna be rich.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we have some students
magic
that we
button.
help. Yeah, that we help like 101, and man, we see like different, like a lot of different type of people.
Yeah.
Like literally the guys that are super hustlers. Like, hey man, I'm gonna do this, I'm ready this, blah 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 blah. And the other time, like, hey man, tell me what to do. Man, and sometimes it's difficult because like just for you I don't know, to waiting for someone to tell you what you need to do to get done. I mean, that's not like a good sign. I mean, you
Yeah.
need to be like resourceful. I remember when I was starting out, I sent Sebas a message like, hey man, what you recommend me? And he sent me like, hey, I have this playlist from YouTube. And I was watching all the videos and I didn't understand like anything. I just started like, I hear like to check out here, to check out there. And I was like, okay, what is to check out? So I was like, just like putting all the pieces together. But it's about being resourceful with the tools that you already have. I mean, having the tools there it's not gonna.
Yeah,
not gonna
but
be
you,
like
but you said it
90%.
all. Like you basically have to like, it's like for anyone that's starting out, like you cannot expect to lay a foundation right from the get go. You should really focus in getting that done first in order for you to then execute what you're taught to do, right? Like there's no way. It's like learning a language. Like I cannot learn like Mandarin or Chinese in a week. Like there's no way. You have to practice. You have to screw up. You have to learn. You have to go to class. You have to talk to other people. And the same thing happened when at least I was starting out. Like I bought courses, but when did I got my breakthrough? When I started screwing up, when I got every single Tuesday with this guy to review a webinar, we compared our stats. You start sharing information, and that's where you're gonna start growing. Like you cannot expect to get to the top by yourself. Like there's no way you're gonna be able to make it. Like you have to share, you have to compare your results, you have to learn from others, and the knowledge is basically that. You cannot keep everything yourself, because at the end of the day, that will work today, and tomorrow, what's gonna happen? It's not. You're never gonna have the same result. So at least from my understanding, the best road to success is surround yourself with smarter people than you, so you learn through osmosis. Like there are many ways that people learn. I learned through screwing up, number one. Number two, meeting with really smart people, and number three, just getting myself out of my comfort zone. Like I cannot expect to grow just by sitting behind my laptop. I started going places, meeting people, talking to smart people. Oh, I remember the first time like I started doing Facebook ads. I didn't even know what manual bid was, and that was my breakthrough. So if I didn't put myself out in that situation, how can I expect to grow? It's like people that do martial arts. You cannot expect to be a black belt within a week. You're gonna get your ass beat 10,000 times before you get that belt, and those 10,000 beat-ups are going to make you the guy that you're today.
Yeah, but also you need to have like a lot of discipline and consistency in order to achieve that, because for example, like we can have like students that we tell them like exactly what they need to do, but a lot of them they do it, but a lot of them they don't do it. So
because they quit.
Exactly. It's like when you were having like weekly meetings with Sebastian, that you say like, oh no, today I'm tired, let's do it like the next week and other stuff. So
that was funny. We never quit. Like
exactly.
we had that consistency,
consistency and discipline.
And it was his house, my house, his house, my house, and that was the level of commitment that we had within each other.
And I'm sure that in I don't know exactly how it was, but I'm sure like when you did like those meetings, you weren't like really sure about what you were sharing.
Man, we were lost. We were just like
we were lost together.
Yeah, we were lost
like,
together, but we were sharing the feeling. So at the end of the day, like you just have to surround yourself with people that are, you know, aligned with values, aligned with determination, aligned with outcomes. And really just, you know, like not being afraid. Like there's like sometimes things are gonna go good, sometimes they're gonna go bad. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter, because that's part of the growth that you will have as an entrepreneur, as an online advertiser, as a human being, as a partner, as a friend. And that's basically what brought us here together, man. Like really just like sharing our experiences so people can learn from it. Because like, if this is the first time that anyone is listening to us learning about online marketing, don't feel bad. You're going to learn. Just surround yourself with smart people. Keep learning, and you're just going to get there if you really want it.
Yeah. And this stuff is really unsexy and boring, actually. Like a lot of successful people talk about this, and they talk about it for a reason, right? Because like we could be talking about the latest Facebook hack or the best product out there, but the truth is that none of that stuff, that's like literally for me is like, I mean, like a 20%. Exactly. Like all the unsexy stuff, all the boring stuff that people don't want to hear is what produces the majority of the stuff.
Yeah, so.
And I wanted to ask you guys like what do you think about all this information overload thing in the internet? Because the truth is that, you know, let's assume that people, they are resourceful, they are consistent, they have a why, they have the outcome, they're warriors and all that stuff. Now, how do we do, or what do we tell people that are like, dude, there's so many things I could be doing, like how do I make this work? Today in Facebook, actually, I saw a post where a guy broke down all the different aspects of building an online business. It was like a huge web with 1,000 things, and all of them important, right? Like email marketing, like funnels, like learning how to run ads and hiring people. Like, in my opinion, all of these things are very important. But for someone starting out, like, I mean, in my opinion, it's just about simplifying it. But what do you guys think? Like,
something that happened to me, I mean, was pretty related to. I mean, at that moment, wasn't like really related to like exactly online marketing stuff, but I think that it's like a principle that can be applied for anything. So I was doing 2 other businesses. I was like literally I had everything, man. I was super resourceful. I had like I had like a lot of pain and like a very strong why, and I was doing like things on a consistent, I mean, every day on a daily basis I give my 120%, but I wasn't moving like forward or backwards. I was literally like stuck. And something that I learned from a course that I took is that sometimes we are like human beings. We are like beings of the universe, you know. We all have some things that for some things we are like good, and for others, I mean, there is not just like part of our nature, you know. So at that moment I asked to myself like, fuck, man, I think that I said to myself like, I think that I can have like the same goal, but I think that I can get it on, I mean, through a different vehicle. And that's where where I started like looking for your course, for the internet stuff. And I think that if you are already on the internet, I think that you should ask like the same question, or you should be having like the same mindset. Like, okay, I have everything. I'm super resourceful. I have a lot of tools. I have a lot of everything. But what's my personality? I mean, if I'm I don't know, like an artist, or I'm like a strategist, or I'm more like an outgoing person that I can develop my personal brand,
or a doer,
a doer.
Like, I think all of us have like different strong points, right?
Yeah.
But we all have the outcome and the why. So you're like the tech guy, right? You're like the strategy guy. You're like, what do you consider strategy and doer?
Man, I love to learn. I love to learn, and I have a gift of learning fast, because like I don't have a technical background nor a marketing background. So
you like to learn a lot, like
I just love to learn. I just love to learn, and I just have to give props to my dad if you're watching, and I'll do the same thing to my child. It'll be the same advice, man. Like, just focus in one thing and learn everything from it. Because if you have like lots of different things that you want to learn from, like, there's no way that you'll be, you know, a master in that.
Yeah, exactly.
So at least from my perspective, I learned this from my dad, like, throughout life, I just see a really successful people as a carpenter, because they have like their belt with different tools. So you don't know if you're gonna use this tool today or tomorrow, but you already have it, right? So you will use it whenever you need to. So at least when I started out, I was like, Facebook ads, Google ads, Instagram ads, Snapchat, email marketing, funnels, man, a lot of different things out there, CPA marketing, doing, you know, info marketing, etc. And I just decided to master one thing. And that thing, at least from my perspective, was at that moment Facebook ads. So I decided to literally like just dive in head first. At the beginning I was completely lost, but what did I do? And I already talked about this. I just like started, you know, talking to people that were better than me. They were, you know, ahead of the curve, and this, I still use the exact same principle, guys. And for me, it's more about what you can learn, not from today to tomorrow, is what you will learn from the rest of your life. And, you know, today could be Facebook ads, tomorrow can be something else. But at the end of the day, if you don't have the will of, you know, being humble, making mistakes.
And sometimes people feel like, I'm humble. I mean, I know that I'm not more than anybody or things like that. But actually, that's not like the real humble. The real humble is like knowing that you have, that you're not an expert. Is the real humbleness is knowing that, for example, from our side, I mean, we all talk like a lot of BS every day here in the house. But I know, like, when David says something, or Sebas or you, I mean, I'm always like on a learning, learning state of mind. Because I mean, I can say that I'm humble, that I know that I'm not more than X person, but the truth is like I'm like really humble when I know that I can learn from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes can be
you said it.
even our students, you know.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
said
for
it.
sure.
Exactly.
And
man.
if we go a little bit deeper or more specific into internet marketing and building an online business, I think like everything we've been talking about really comes down to when you're starting out and assuming you have all the foundations we talked about in the beginning, you need to focus first of all on one business model, right?
Yeah.
Like let's say if we make a list of business models, we have e-commerce, we have affiliate marketing, let's say we have network marketing, or maybe being a coach online, whatever. You make a list and then you just go for whatever you resonate with the most, right?
Yeah.
Like I think each one of us resonated with a specific business in the beginning, but we didn't do well. I think we did several in the beginning,
Yeah.
but we in the end stuck to one. So choose one business model and then go into that business model, and within that business model there are several strategies, right? And different courses and different people to follow, and in there like choose one person to follow, one strategy, like narrowing down all the information available, free or paid, is like just force yourself to not see it, right?
Yeah.
And
The
it's
shiny
like
object.
they say, less is more.
Yeah,
less
exactly.
information.
Yeah, because at the beginning, I remember when I was trying like to learn all this stuff, I was like getting a course from Facebook ad from person B, then from person B, from person C, and everyone, they were talking about different things. So you get like so overwhelmed, and it's the same thing when you are following someone. So let's say that I'm starting out and I start following like Fabian's strategies, it's gonna be like different from your strategies. So if I try to follow like everyone who is being successful online, it's going to be like real difficult for me like to really understand what do I need to do. And that's what's happened
100%.
with me at the beginning. I was just like trying to get like so much information like from everyone that was successful online just because I wanted to be like them. But yeah, then when I just like I really focused just like on Sebastian, what Sebastian was doing since he was from Costa Rica and all that stuff. But yeah, that really helps me because I just like start focusing on one thing, mastering like those strategies, like those methods, like everything, and everything became like really like not easy but easier than what it was like trying to do when I was just like trying to get like so much information from everybody online. So yeah, it's just like to stick to one thing, master it, and then you can move on with another thing.
Just adding up to what you say, like you were talking about the strategies, and when we started out, like we were following a bunch of people, and they all have their different strategies. Yeah, let's do free shipping, let's do retail, let's do giveaways, let's do this, let's do that. But at the end of the day, like it all comes up to principles.
Yeah.
And something that it literally like turned kind of like the businesses that we do, the way that I live, it's to they're gonna be strategies always. Like we just have to be realistic of this. Like everyone is just like in there, just like doing it, and it's fine. But at the end of the day, that's something that's not gonna last forever. So for me, it's how can I have a stable business? How can I keep my customers happy? Because if I don't keep my customers happy, I don't have a business. So with that in mind, I just became principle based. I just have to really focus on learning the principles of everything, because that's going to stick forever. The principles of marketing, psychology, hook, offer, and how do you transmit the message that you don't have. That's exactly what's going to make you successful. Things are going to change. Yeah, if you put X amount ad set, a budget ad set, or if you just do X amount of strategy, or if you do this, or if you do that, that can work today, but within a year, that won't be sustainable. So when I really started focusing in learning the basics of marketing, the principles of marketing, reading about marketing, learning about the human psychology, that's where I really like broke through all the crap about all the noise that people are doing online. Because let's be real, like nowadays it's the best time ever to be doing a business online. But at the same time, you have scammers, you have spammers, you have people that are just loud on camera, you have people that are just posting crap all day, they're just recording content like 5 times a day, which is not valuable, and you can get lost with that sea of craziness. But if you really have your foundation like solid, there's no way that you're gonna go through all that stuff. You're just gonna trim all the fat from the things that you can get online, and you're just gonna apply them to your business. And that, at least from my perspective, was kind of the, you know, the most important breakthrough that I had when I was starting out, because, you know, we are so desperate to be successful, and, you know, I just have to be real. Like, when I started out, I wanted to be rich like that. I wanted to retire my parents
Tomorrow.
in a week, but that's not realistic. Like, I want to travel the world like that.
90-minute challenge.
It's not gonna happen. So it's more about, you know, it's like a castle. Like, you won't, you cannot. What's the saying? Like, Rome wasn't built in one day.
Yeah.
It's kind of something like that.
Something like that.
It takes, you know, several time, like some time to really build the solid foundations, learning the principles, and from there you can just start going. Right?
People need a working strategy, right? I mean, it's hard to say this like a person that's can barely pay the rent, right? And they hear this, like, you know, have a good mindset, learn the principles. They're like, dude, I need to pay the rent.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so like, people need a working strategy, and I think they do need a working strategy. They need to get it somewhere, either from a free video or from a paid course or a mentor, right? They need a working strategy, right? Let's say that the strategy is proven to work, right? From there, I think that they need to start understanding the principles as they develop the strategy. But like yeah, what do you guys think about, like, for instance, all of this stuff we're saying is 100% true. Principles, mindset, consistency, resourcefulness. This is the stuff that actually works. But then like for people that need to make money, right? Like, they need to pay the rent, need
People
to buy.
to extend the hand to help you if you're drowning. Let's call it that way.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I mean, like, they need to buy, like, the basic things to survive, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, what do you guys think about that? Like, I mean, it's like hard to say this stuff, right? Because we could basically just say, yeah, go to this. Apply this magic blueprint and make money. But
Yeah, I
that.
think like nowadays is like the best moment to get started, but also another thing is that nowadays you need to be like really careful on who you are following, because there's a lot of people nowadays that they open a Shopify store, they make like a couple of sales, and then they are just launching a new course like
zero profit.
Exactly, just follow this magic blueprint that will make you a millionaire tomorrow. So I think that you need to be really careful on who you are following.
Yeah.
And once you get like that right person, just like stick to that. It's what we were talking about. It's just like about being patient, like being disciplined, take action, and it will come like sooner or later, of course. But yeah, I think it's just like to find the right person that can help you to achieve your goals.
In my case, I think that in the beginning, people start a business not because they want to diversify or build. They just want to make money, right? Like, actually, people that go that come to the internet, they're more with that mindset of making money, right? So what dude, you're so freaking funny. In high school, what I had was like my side hustle that I sold like free websites
and candies.
Yeah, and candies, right? So I was like making money selling like the free website stuff. I was sending 30 messages per day, right? That was bringing some money in from commissions. And then like I was no longer in survival mode, right? Because now I could like think clearly for the long term, the strategies, because I removed that weight. I think people need to find like hustle it out. You know, make money hustling, washing freaking cars, you know, getting a job, and then
whatever it takes.
Dude, sending 100 messages per day, that worked for me. It was like,
I was sending like 50 a day.
You send 50 messages a day. Most people are not willing to do that, but that's like, but when you started making money, I'm sure you were like,
I was sending 100 then.
Dude, yeah, but you removed like a weight. You said like, okay, I'm making some money. Like, I can now.
You gain experience through doing that, and you know that's not something that you can buy. Like that's kind of what I was talking about.
100%.
You know, like the experience is something that you earn, something that you do, and that's something that you have for yourself. Like your experience is your experience, your experience is your experience, your experience is your experience. In my experience, and we all did it because we committed to an outcome. We wanted to, for example, in your case, you wanted to make a side hustle and you just made it happen. In your case, you were in a situation within your life that the same as I was, that I was not feeling happy and fulfilled. And the same thing happened to you. And at the end of the day, like, it comes from a simple decision. And that decision, at least taking that first step, is the most difficult part, because you're afraid, you know what's going to happen, what are people are going to tell, what your mom or your dad are going to, you know, tell you, what your girlfriend's going to, you know, say to you. And we all had that fear. But at the end of the day, it, like, taking that step forward, it's at least for me, and I don't know if you guys, and I believe you really share this, it was the best decision that you took, because it really allowed you to, you know, build yourself a vessel to really just like sail through all the crap that people are living through nowadays. Because, you know, like, let's be realistic, a lot of people are struggling, not specifically online, but in the real world. And we basically allowed ourselves the opportunity of testing new waters and really learning from it. And now, like, we created our own outcome just because we believed in what we really wanted to do, right? Just like taking that step further.
The other day I was thinking like about this new campaign we've been talking about, right? And that it literally took 15 minutes to launch it and to maintain it, maybe like
10 minutes a day.
10 minutes a day. So, and making $1,000 plus profit, right? Almost 2,000
a day.
So a day. So if it's that simple, right? I mean, the right clicks, the right buttons on your computer, right? But it's crazy like how the right clicks and the right taps on this thing require like all these mindset related stuff and habits, and freaking wanna go for it and like not quitting. And all that translates to the right clicks, the right buttons, and the right image. And
but it took you like 5 years to learn that.
Exactly.
Now it's easy, but it was not at the beginning.
It's the right decision. Like, remember kind of my first breakthrough? It was just adding a zero.
Adding a zero, dude.
It was just adding a zero. And I was like, part of my language, I literally shat my pants when I was doing it.
Just by doing this.
Yeah,
like
because at the same time
thing.
I had a limiting belief within myself that, wow, that's a lot of money, but scary money don't make no money. And at the end of the day, like, it literally changed everything that I was really used to. And now, you know, it really opened my life to new possibilities, and it really just changed everything for me. It changed my life, my businesses, the people that I started to surround myself with. It opened partnerships. It opened, you know, like, a lot of great things that, you know, we're just enjoying in our lives.
So I think, let's say, if we could wrap it, like the set of things we've talked about for, let's say, our viewers, listeners, however you say it.
Gangsters.
Yeah, like I think it's just like a series of things. So you said outcome, you said defining your why.
The why, and just, you know, learning one thing and start learning the principles of it.
Being very targeted, like focused on one business model. That includes a traffic source. I mean, when we say be focused, it's like business model focused, traffic source focused, like all that stuff. You said
like being patient,
consistent,
and being resourceful.
Resourceful.
But resourceful is not like, for example, something that we all have in common is like we all did something apart from the course that we got to get to a next result. For example, for you guys, we're like getting on a meeting on Thursday. For me, it was sending like 100 messages to sales. For David, I don't know.
100 messages on Facebook.
100 messages, and to everybody. So being resourceful.
Consistency.
Being resourceful is not like, okay, I have all these tools, I'm gonna do something which with each tool is about doing like everything that you can until you make something, man. You know, like doing something until you get X result in your life.
And finding solutions by yourself. Like if you don't know how to set up Aweber, then instead of complaining about it, like go to YouTube and put set up Aweber. Like people cannot do that simple stuff. Like it's crazy,
that's
man.
like a mindset thing, man. Literally, sometimes people pay. Sometimes the things that we teach is like what we find on YouTube and in Google, and just like by doing that simple step of looking ourselves, like how do I make this work, how to fix this error, how to make this. And literally, like that simple step makes. And there are like two types of people. the ones that make those little steps and get results, and the other one that complains.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think we were taught since high school, college, like we should only learn like what they teach us on class, right? And then the exam would grade you on only that. So like people get out of that and they're like, hey, go build a business and like how to set up a company, stuff like that. Like if you go to YouTube and you put how to set up an LLC, you will get, I haven't made my research, but I'm very sure you will find so many things. How to set up a web, how to buy a domain, how to create your first campaign. Dude, there's more content than ever. People that don't figure it out, it's because they don't want
really
it.
Want it. Yeah.
They want it, but not too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want it, but not enough.
No, they don't really want it. Yeah.
No, they want it, but not enough.
Yeah.
Really easy, and it's not gonna be easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least for me, they're just not giving themselves the opportunity for growth, and that has been kind of a life-changing experience for me. And for those out there that are listening, that they might probably don't understand like half of what we're talking about. It's just like really learning from it. There's no excuses. If you really want to do something,
Like how bad you
like
want it, man.
yeah, man, like
how bad you want it.
yeah, it's how bad you want it, and
Yeah.
and it's kind of, you know, just like if I'm here and let's say my target is here and all this gap is fear, there's no way that you will just do it if you just stay there and you just like, oh my God, I'm so scared about doing this. Because if you really just, like I said, fuck fear. Fear is literally what's going to limit yourself within what the situation they're currently right now and the actual outcome that you want to get. So what's the worst thing that's going to happen? You're probably going to fail and learn from it at the same time, right? So the best thing that I can recommend to someone is just like go, like we live every day. It's not that we only live once. It's that we live every day, and we just have to make the best that we can out of every single day that we live. And at least I always like to live every single day with all the fulfillment that I can have, impact as much people that I can, help as much people that I can really talk to and really make an impact in life. Because like, and I don't want to talk about myself because I don't care about this, but I'm actually the example of someone that knew nothing about this, and I'm just, you know, making a living out of it, right?
Yeah.
So and we all are actually making it happen. So if you're afraid, stop being afraid. Just make it happen. No excuses.
Massive
no fear.
imperfect
no
action.
anything.
Yeah.
Massive imperfect action. Like imperfect action is gonna make you a millionaire one day. There's no way.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you start throwing stuff to the wall, one's gonna stick, and that's gonna make it for you, 100%.
And
Nice.
here it's like
Good.
about how bad you want it. I mean, do everything that you need to get done until you get to the point. I mean, sometimes people, I don't know. Sometimes for me, I can takes like 1 year to get results. For this guy, can takes 1 month. For other guy, it can take 5 years.
Yeah.
But man, do it until you get the result that you want.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And actually, if you think about it, like every single person that has worked with us, I don't know, whatever they were doing,
Yeah.
that didn't have pain, they're no longer with
They're
us.
no longer with us.
Exactly.
Every person that had
Yeah.
pain, they're with us. I mean,
Yeah.
they're like, actually, it's funny. Like, we
And-
never hire based on skills, or we never hire. I mean, that's important, but like, I taught this guy basically like everything regarding like e-commerce from the
Yeah.
beginning. I knew he didn't knew anything, right?
Yeah.
I was
But
like,
I had a lot of pain.
yeah, but he had pain, he had the mindset, all this stuff, right? So I said like, dude, that's better because it's hard to get the mindset than to
Mhm.
learn the skill.
Yeah.
So like yeah, man, like pain is so good. Like I believe like it's one of the biggest things when hiring. Like hire
Yeah,
someone
we-
that's in pain.
Literally and that's something that we did recently. We were
Mhm.
looking for a team to work with, and literally one of the questions that we're asking ourselves is like,
What's your pain?
does this person has pain or not? I mean,
Yeah.
if she or he is like living a comfortable life and they're like super happy, why would they do whatever it takes to get the results? If
They'll
they
never
already have
commit. They'll
Never
never
commit.
commit because they're in a like their comfort zone bubble.
Yeah, and
And
they will
until
have
they
like
burst
more
it, there's
options
no
in
way
case
you're
that
gonna do
the business
Yeah.
doesn't work or
Mhm.
something like
Yeah.
that.
It's gonna be additional.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 100%.
Pain will make you move your ass.
Mhm.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep. So yeah, I think we should be wrapping up in a bit,
Yes.
right? For those of you guys that are enjoying this, we would really appreciate if you share this with a friend that's, you know, maybe in pain and want to build a business, right? This is
Friend, mom, dad, aunt,
yeah, dude,
roommate,
really.
classmate.
These are really the things that if we learn in the beginning, we would have taken less time, right?
Yeah.
So share this with a friend, tag them if they're into e-commerce, affiliate marketing,
Or if they have pain.
traffic, or if
Hashtag
they are
pain.
Yeah. So and for those of you guys that are starting out, let's say you don't have the right guidance, or you don't have people that already did it or messed it up to teach you what works and what doesn't, then we're open to help you get better results. So there's a link, Tropical Gangsters Call, that you can go. It's going to be somewhere over here,
Over there.
where you can actually get on a call with the Tropical Gangsters. And if you have a business idea, if you have a store, or you have ads that are not working, we can get on a call and see how we can help you out. We've helped, I would say one-on-one, dozens, I don't know if hundreds one-on-one, but definitely thousands online for sure.
Yeah.
And we open that opportunity in the podcast for those of you guys that want to learn more and, you know, want a coach to kick you in the butt. It's an option available for you. So go to Tropical Gangsters Call to schedule a call with the Tropical Gangsters, and let's talk about your business. Let's see if we can help you out. If we can help you out, then let's work together.
Yeah, 100%. And remember, it can be online, offline, brick and mortar. If you have a business that you literally want to scale, and I can bet 1,000%. If you go and ask what's the best way to scale a business, it's online. So don't miss out this opportunity. TropicalGangstersCall.com. Let's change your business and let's change your life for good, guys.
So some examples: e-commerce, right? E-commerce.
E-commerce.
If you wanna make your first, let's say 1,000 a day. How do you get to your first 1,000?
Yeah.
How do you go from 1,000 to 10,000? And then what's the step if you're already making 10,000, dude? That's you're in the top 1%.
Yeah. Or let's say that you have a pretty nice product. That's something that happens a lot of time. You have a nice product, but you don't have the right marketing tools, the right mindset, the right path to follow. That's something that we can definitely help you to get from point A to point B. And e-commerce.
E-commerce.
If you have a physical business that that doesn't have enough clients and you need more clients, that's another way. If you have, like you said, a badass product that you literally want to scale up to the moon, if you're a public speaker, if you need assistance in having, automating your business, we can help you creating webinars. We can help you, create offers of your product. We can definitely do a lot of different stuff. So there are a lot of different business models out there. We don't judge. We definitely want to provide as much value, and that's the reality, man. Anybody that, if it's online, offline, doesn't matter. The only thing that we care, it's really providing as much value to you guys in order for you guys to have, the results that you deserve in your life. And this is basically something that we apply within ourselves, our businesses, people that we work with, and this is just kind of an extension of what we basically do here. So don't miss out.
So yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching this episode. We really appreciate it. Take note. I mean, you're probably watching this on YouTube or Spotify, wherever. Don't just think it's another podcast with more information. Just actually do it. Freaking do it. It's gonna change your life if you follow through and you make these little changes in your life. We're not asking you to freaking go take a train and pull it with your back and something impossible, right? You can go and apply this stuff instantly tomorrow.
Yeah, and also make a list of grab a notebook, make a list of how would I feel if I don't make it. Trust me that after you feel those 10 steps, or it can be just one thing, you will get the motivation, you will get the energy, because you will feel a lot of pain, so you need to move your ass to get the results that you want.
100%. Just be open to possibilities, and I can guarantee that one call can change your life, guys. So don't hesitate. TropicalGangstersCall.com. See you there.
See you guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye. Bye. Pura vida.
Cheers.
Las tallamos, Cari.
Hey guys, if you found value in this episode, be sure to go to Tropical Gangsters Call to schedule a call with the Tropical Gangsters to get a personalized game plan to crush your business. It doesn't matter if you're starting out or if you're a more advanced business owner, we can help you out. So go to tropicalgangsterscall.com to schedule your call today. See you in the next one.
See ya.
See you.